This episode is brought to you by Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region, empowering girls to reach their full potential since 1937. If you posted about your retirement on Facebook, how many people do you think would care? For Officer Glenn Barrett, he's got more than 1,000 likes and counting. You might not think so many people would be on the cheer squad for a local town policeman, but Officer Barrett's personality and fun side has made him into what some might describe as the town favorite. Not to mention, he's the reason the Saratoga Springs, New York Police Department has mounted officers. We found we weren't the only ones who wanted a word.
We go to church together.
You know he's retiring.
Yes. We are proud of his service and happy to see this next chapter for him and what that brings.
Welcome to the Good Stuff by Bright-Sided, news without the gloom from the Capital Region and beyond.
The Saratoga Springs Police Department shared a post about you retiring. And you probably haven't seen any of those messages, have you?
So I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
People send me stuff.
Okay.
Right. And then
okay.
Yes. So in this circumstance is probably the first time that I've looked more than I've ever looked.
Okay.
And then this one I did notice that Steve Mittler made a funny comment of saying, this is awesome, but like who's going to tell Glenn because he's not on? So I don't know if you know Steve.
Yes, I did see that. Your last day is the DBA's Fall Festival.
Tomorrow. And to me, that was important. Like, I love being involved in the community. So I asked if I can actually be part of the fall festival. I might be standing there by myself, but ultimately it was just an important thing for me. And I truly love the community and think that like I'm a part of it, but I wanted to share it with other people. And I was honored that the police department gave me that opportunity.
To be a part of the pumpkin rolling?
Yeah, that's it. That's one of my favorite, actually. Yes, but yes.
You have said there are two things that have really meant so much to you in your position as a police officer. One was the mounted program, and the other was the kids, the students.
Yes.
So when we talk about your experience as a resource officer.
Sure. I forget exactly when it came out. My chief at the time came to me and said, listen, the school opportunity is going to be opening up. Would you be interested? I was like, yes, absolutely. Within days of being there, I kind of realized that that's where I was meant to be. I fell in love with being there. Definitely wanted to do it, but fell in love with the relationships that I was able to build. With the younger kids, you're kind of almost, the uniform could either be, most of the time, just a rock star right off the get-go. With the older kids, it doesn't work that way. And you have to work to build that relationship and the connection. And I thrived on that. Some kids, it was easy. And they really just enjoyed because of maybe who I was or because of the uniform. Then there were kids that actually, because of the uniform, it was a barrier. And I thrived even more on that because if I can get to change people's opinions of policing or just anything, it's a priceless gift, right? And I do recall one day a kid coming out of the bathroom, which is probably where we have most of the struggles at the high school. And he just came out and I was just walking by and he looked at me and he's like, you know what, Officer Barrett? He goes, I really like you and appreciate you. I go, like, just tell that you care. And he goes, I've never said that to a police officer before. And he goes, it just means a lot. I'm not going to lie. I looked at him thinking he was up to something, trying to throw me off. But then I genuinely could tell that he was being sincere. I texted my wife that day and said, hey, I told her the story. A couple hours later, and I was like, hey, how's things going? He's like, don't talk to me. So it was quick, but it put me back down in reality and let me know that I still had work to do.
Yeah.
And to build that connection. And like I said, at the high school, I felt like you can make an impact in kids' lives here and now. And you can see it right away.
I sometimes still feel like I'm just an 18-year-old trapped in an adult body. And I think so much of that is because like our formative years are when we're like younger and like the memories of it's like who we're becoming.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're able to reach in and make a connection with people while they're still figuring out who they are, while they're still becoming who they're going to be someday.
Oh, I totally agree. And to be able to do that and have a career, and that's what I tell kids at the school. I'm like, if you could find something that you're passionate about and get paid for it, is just a blessing. And be able to go every day and be like, I love what I'm doing. and it truly was extremely rewarding.
What is your title?
So I'm a police officer.
So
Yep.
are you like officer?
Patrolman, police officer.
Police
Yep.
officer, and you've been a horseback.
Right. So I joke with my wife sometimes, like I never moved to supervisor position. Oddly, probably mainly because of the horse. Every time that opportunity came up, I would consider it, and then I'd ask if I get to keep the horse, and they're like, no. And I'm like, well, am I going to take a desk versus a horse? Every time the horse is going to win. And it's been an awesome opportunity for me to get out and interact with the community. And I actually think that's changed me as a person, because with mounted, you got to be in the middle of a lot of public relations things, but then also Caroline Street late at night. And there are days that I worked the public relations in the afternoon with the kids and the families, and then transitioned into 3 o'clock in the morning on Caroline. And when I was younger, the 3 o'clock on Caroline was the one that I really thrived and really loved. And then as I got older, it changed to the 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
So why did you love being the mounted officer at night on Caroline Street?
When I first started the program, it actually was more of a public relations thing.
Okay.
So I was assigned at the track, given directions, and I was kind of bored. It's like, this is fun, but I really would love to see it be more. And when I got involved in it, I knew I wanted to do more with it than just public relations. And I trained with the state park police, and they use their horses for crowd control and fights.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that was the vision that I wanted to see our department go with. So there was a incident near the track at a local bar, 25 people in the road, and wound up, I was like, oh, let me see what I can do. And I wound up responding, and it really worked out really well, where the horse really went in between the crowd and was able to disperse. And then we grabbed a couple that needed to be grabbed, individuals, and detained them. And he goes, I just felt something grab me from 10 feet in the air, it felt like. And he goes, I was just going to hit whatever it was. And I just saw a horse and I froze. And to me, that was the day the mounted program changed. My sergeant said to me, he's like, that was impressive. We should be having this every night that we can on the weekends. And we'd love to have you Friday and Saturday nights.
So are you saying you could pick people up
You can
from on top of the horse?
You can escort them, I call. It's a physical, you would grab like the back of the shirt and then escort them down the street. Once you walk down the street, and the people, I would be very clear what we're going to do. We're just going to walk down until I tell you we're going to stop. And then you're down away from the music, away from the crowd, de-escalates it right there. And sometimes just putting the horse between the two people or groups of people de-escalates because you can't see the other person. They're now interacting with me directly, and I can talk to each on each side.
Wow.
So the horse has been, I think, a phenomenal tool for the department and for myself.
Spencer.
Me?
Yes, you. So you just found this young lady.
I did. She was
Roaming
wandering
the
around our
halls.
gallery.
And what did you see?
She's got a beautiful piece called
Emphasis.
Emphasis. Digital art?
Digital, yeah. Been doing art for a while now. I was on the advanced track through 8th grade. And so I took a bunch of drawing and painting classes earlier. And then this year I kind of switched to graphic design and then continued through with that this year.
Why the switch? What made you want to go digital?
I don't know, something new, something different.
Sure.
And I really liked it, yeah.
The piece that you have now, what does it represent? What does it mean to you? How did you come up with it?
It's about emphasis. And so the bottom is supposed to like represent rhinestones and kind of like shining, whereas the top is like a darker, more contrasting with the ombre gradient.
Got it. So the diamonds are emphasizing the light and the brightness.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
To me, I think it means like standing out against like the negatives, kind of like keeping positive.
That's exactly what this podcast is trying to do.
Yeah. Why is finding the positive, the good stuff, and maybe a bad situation important to you?
Ooh. That's a
We
big
go
question.
deep here,
I know, it's
Emma.
heavy. Yeah.
question.
Yes.
I think for me, like mental health is really important, and kind of like staying positive is one of the things that I've learned to use throughout the last few years. That's kind of like kept me like on my feet and going. And so yeah,
Where does that come from? Like, where did you learn to have that mindset?
I think it came from my sister actually. She's like been like a really big, kind of like a role model to me. I'm a twin, so we kind of like go through life together almost. And it's really cool to like watch her like handle things because she's very athletic, very like mathematical in a way.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like take lessons from her. She's very perseverant.
What's your next stop for your art? Is this your first art show?
I've done one down in Albany. I did a bus poster that went and won nationals last year,
Oh, wow.
which is really exciting.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
And then next year I want to continue and do some photography classes, and then we'll see where that goes in college.
Do you have a favorite thing that you're reading right now?
Ooh. I read The Silent Patient a little while ago. I really love that book.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say, or anything that may offer some hope to someone who maybe hasn't explored their
artistic
creative
side?
side? Yeah.
I would just say try everything you can. Get as much experience and hands-on time that you can, and then that'll all pay off in the end.
Is there anything you want to say, like, to your mom if she's in the crowd right now?
Thank you. I love you.
Thank you, Emma, so much. Thanks for being here.
First one on here.
Yeah.
I had zero experience. They literally, I think, made me look good. Jupiter was my first, and he was standard bred, never been ridden, so he never had anybody on his back. He was at the harness track. I went through training with some seasoned horses with the state park police, and then all of a sudden they give me then Jupiter. I'm like, oh, this is different. A lot of my training was in an arena, controlled. First day I was out on the job, I was standing on Broadway, and I was like, oh, there's nothing holding me anywhere. And it was pretty eye-opening and a lot of fun.
Yeah. So the one I recognize the most, and my kids, I think I've run into you on King Tut a few times
Yes.
over the years.
King Tut was a truly special horse. He literally could do just about anything. I was hoping King Tut and I would retire together. That was kind of like the plan.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was kind of getting close to where we knew King Tut would have to be retired. I was the one that was always advocating. I'm like, oh, I think he can do another. He'll be fine. We'll just phase him out like you're phasing me out. Like at one point didn't work a lot of midnights anymore. Like he just won't be on Caroline Street. We'll just do kind of more public relations kind of things.
Yeah.
But King Tut, we unfortunately lost. And it was definitely for the program. He was one of the leading horses. King Tut was just a natural fit for what we did. And he came from a rescue farm that a family took that rescued him. And then the family was just really using him as a lawn jockey, and they wanted to see him be used for more. I think he was truly meant for the police department.
Is there a story that I'm remembering, and I might be remembering it wrong, where there was a horse that got rescued by another horse?
Yes, that's a lie.
Yeah, can you tell me what happened?
Yes, so I was not part of the rescue, but
Okay.
a lot of people in the community think I was part of it. They're like, that was so awesome. I'm like, well, I wasn't there.
Okay.
But our department was dispatched out to a horse that fell into a pond that was iced over.
Got it.
And we were able to go out with the owner, Ali, and three of our officers, I believe, responded out, and they were able to pull the horse out. And Sly is actually an honorary member of our mounted unit, and we've been using him for a couple months now, and it's been a really positive relationship. Sly is, traditionally, we look for bigger horses. Sly is kind of smaller, but he's got a big personality,
Okay.
and it's really been cool.
Yeah. How did you come to this decision? Big question,
It is.
because I mean, I can tell just by listening to you talk about it that you care so much about what you've done and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. It was not an easy decision. In the first 19 flew, and it was probably one of my rougher years in the department. And I was almost not thinking I wasn't going to make it to 20. Then we got through that, and I got the opportunity to be at the school, and that rejuvenated me and was awesome. And I was like, maybe this is a sign that I need to go and do something else. If I'm going to go work somewhere else, I would like to stay in the community, and I'd like to do things here. And then one day an opportunity did come up, looked at it, probably the only opportunity that I really applied for. And it looked intriguing to me. It was not even an easy decision after deciding or getting an offer, because I truly love what I was doing.
Can we talk about where you're going?
Yes. Do you want to go there now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been there actually for the last 2 weeks. It's Prime Group Holdings,
Mm-hmm.
and they're
The big
located.
new building on
It is. And
former Borders.
Lisa and Bob Mosier are the owners, and it's just been phenomenal. They made a very difficult decision easier. The employees there seem like they're very happy. They truly seem like they care. It's just been really, really a good opportunity, and they're right on Broadway and Division. leaving the school. That was a struggle. I got to really interact with the kids, but to be able to tell them, hey, listen, I'll still be around. And I kind of, before I could even announce where I was going, kind of told them in the Broadway division area, Uncommon Grounds, and the kids at school go to like 2 places on a regular basis. After they leave school, it's usually McDonald's or Uncommon Grounds. And I'm like, I'll be next to one of your favorite places, or they're in the downtown area. So that was like kind of alleviated that concern. And I think my father said to me the other day that like now I'm not going to have that much of an influence, or like maybe those days are going to be over. And I don't believe it. I think I'm still be able to impact people.
We'll get you come back here on the show.
Awesome.
Before you leave, I have a message for you from the high school. Here you go.
Hey Glenn, we wanted to wish you a happy retirement. We miss having you here and we wish you well.
Officer Barrett, you're the man. The school isn't the same without you. Thanks for everything you did for us, and we wish you so much luck in your future.
Hey Glenn, we miss you so much. You're definitely not my last resort, and I'm going to miss your help with CEIP. Best of luck to you.
That is awesome. Yeah, like I said, to me, the kids were always first and foremost, but the relationships with the staff, and it's such a great team over there that it was just been an honor to be able to do that. And then getting that opportunity just kind of like gave me a whole new purpose and excitement. And the relationship with the kids and the staff have been priceless. And I hope to bring that same relationship with Prime Group Holdings. And I feel like my first 2 weeks that it's been really, really good, and kind of thinking that it's going to be the next journey.
Well, I'm excited that you have a next journey already underway.
Yeah. My wife would have, ultimately, I'm the type of person like I need to do something. Like I couldn't sit home. She would throw me out of the house, and I would probably throw myself out of the house.
Is there anything else you want to say to people before we say goodbye?
Thank you for the opportunity of serving. I love this community.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
This episode is brought to you by Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region. If you do not know who they are, they have been empowering girls to reach their full potential since 1937. They provide safe spaces, mentorship, and life-changing opportunities for girls in Albany, Schenectady, Troy, and Saratoga. For more information or to support their mission, visit girlsincgcr.org. Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region. Be strong, smart, and bold.